welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you kind of like the top vegan essentials. If you're someone who's starting out, I feel like a lot of people struggle with transitioning into veganism because they think they have to do it all at once. And in reality, you don't have to. I mean, you can if you want to, but if you can't, you don't have to. So I want to share with you kind of like the top vegan essentials that I almost always have in my kitchen, and that I feel that majority, almost all, have at least most of these things that you probably didn't even realize it's vegan, or you're just like didn't even think that it was like vegan or not. So if you're just starting out in your journey and you don't know where to start, I feel like making these little swaps is like a good way to start. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I think is one of the easiest switches you can make, because there's so many options out there, is getting plant-based milk. My favorite is oat milk, but there's almond milk, rice milk, soy milk, coconut milk, hemp, no, is there hemp? There's hemp milk, there's flax milk, like there's just so many options. I love oat milk because of the consistency. It's not really watery, but it's not too creamy. The consistency I think is really similar to milk. So if you're looking for something like that, but there's so many options, so try all the options out there. If you don't like one, just try another one and keep trying until you find the one that you like the most. The next switch I'd recommend is finding vegan butter that you like. This is my favorite brand. The taste, the consistency, like it's just so similar to butter. Literally, I've put a lot of people onto this butter and they all say the same thing, that you can't even tell the difference. I swear by this butter. This is the Earth Balance Organic Whipped Butter. So they have a few other options. They even have like the stick butter. So if you like to bake and you need sticks of butter, they also have sticks of butter, and they have like other types of butter. But this is my favorite. So definitely get a vegan butter that you like to replace the butter that you use now. Next I'd recommend is finding vegan yogurt. This is my favorite brand. It's so delicious. This is blueberry and strawberry, but they have a lot of flavors. It tastes just like yogurt. It's a good consistency. So if you like to eat yogurt, I definitely recommend finding a vegan yogurt that you like. Feel free to give this one a try, because in my opinion, it's one of the best. But there's a lot of other brands that I've tried that are pretty good too. Next I recommend is having vegan mayo. Now I love the Hellmann's vegan mayo. I think this tastes exactly like regular mayo. You can't even tell the difference. Now I always mix mayo with other things like ketchup. So have I tried it by itself? No, because I actually do not like mayo by itself. I like hate it. But I like to mix like gacho mayo. Like I like to make that mix. So this tastes exactly the same. Can't even tell the difference. The texture is the same. When I first made the switch to being vegetarian, my goal was to find alternatives that tasted either exactly the same or like as close as possible. Now, mind you, this was like 2016, and compared to now, the brands have gotten so much better, like with taste, texture, and everything. But even back then, that was like a really, like something really important to me. There are other vegan mayo brands out there. This is just, out of the ones that I've tried, this is the one that I think tastes like the most similar. So if you're someone who loves mayo and doesn't want to give up mayo, there is vegan mayo out there for you. All right, next I'm gonna talk about sauces. So I'm a big sauce person, but with sauces you have to be careful because a lot of them can have butter, milk, honey, like stuff like that. So you want to like read the ingredients. I used to love honey barbecue, but obviously honey barbecue has honey in it, so I don't get honey barbecue anymore. But there are a lot of barbecue sauces out there that don't have honey, don't have, I wanna say, why would they put milk in barbecue? But honestly, the longer you're in this journey, the more you realize they put milk in almost everything that even doesn't need it. And it's like, why the heck is there milk in this? But my favorite barbecue sauce is the Stubbs Sweet Heat. This one doesn't have honey. It tastes really good. It's one of those like accidental vegans. I don't think they like intended to be vegan. Another sauce that I always have is some form of hot sauce. I love buffalo wing sauce and like just like regular hot sauce for like tacos and stuff like that. This I love to make like buffalo cauliflower. Buffalo wing sauce, you have to be careful because there are a lot of brands out there that use butter, probably milk. I don't know why, but again, you never know. You can never be too careful. So Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo wing sauce is vegan. They don't use any butter. I think Frank's hot sauce is also vegan, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not all of them, but I'm pretty sure one of them is. But you just have to be on the lookout for like butter, something like that. And then taco sauce, I feel like should just naturally be vegan, because why would you put butter or milk? but I don't know. I haven't tried all the hot sauces out there. But Valentina, if you use this, it's vegan. And it's safe to say that most taco sauces should be vegan. But make sure you check, because you never know. Another sauce I love to have when I make like fried cauliflower is General Tso's. This sauce is so freaking good. This is the only one that I buy. I've never really looked into other sauces because I know I like this one. This one is vegan. I don't know if they're all naturally vegan, so if there's like another brand that you find or whatever, just make sure you read the ingredients. I feel like most sauces should naturally be vegan, but you just want to be on the lookout for milk, butter, honey, any like milk derived ingredients like whey, casein, I don't know how to say the word, casein, whatever. But besides that, you should be good. Pasta sauce. Now this is another sauce that I always have on hand. I'm a big pasta person. I think it's just one of those like nice and quick meals that I can just make. If I don't have pasta sauce, I like to do like a garlic and oil or pesto. I make my own pesto because a lot of pestos are not vegan. They have like milk and cheese and stuff like that. Now with pasta sauce, you do have to be careful because a lot of them will have dairy, probably some type of like fish oil or something. I could be making that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw fish oil in pasta sauce. So just make sure you check. A lot of like the regular marinara should be vegan, but stay away from like, you know, obviously like Alfredo. But there are a lot of like vegan pasta sauces out there. I've seen vegan Alfredo, vegan penne, vegan pesto. But you should typically be safe with like most marinaras. But again, just read the ingredients because you never know. Speaking of pasta, I always have pasta on hand, whether it's penne, linguine, fettuccine, bow tie. Like I said, I'm a big pasta person, so I love to have pasta on hand because it's just so quick and easy to make. Now you have to be careful with a lot of the brands because I know there's some brands that use egg for the pasta. Just like read the back and see if they do use like egg, maybe milk. But yeah, so if you're a pasta person, always have pasta on hand. Another thing I always have is rice. Now this might be like an obviously vegan thing, but I just love to have rice on hand because like rice and beans and whatever. I'll put rice in like crunch wraps, tacos, like literally just like anything. I like to make a lot of rice and then just have it left over so I could just heat that up during the week. But yeah, that is, I feel like rice and pasta are just like staples to any household if you like rice and pasta. But I love it, so I always have it. Now this, always have on hand. I usually have them in the freezer. That way whenever I do want pastelitos, I can just whip some up. Thankfully, these are vegan. I was surprised to find out they were vegan because it's just like a dough, and I just feel like anything that's doughy, people typically put like eggs or milk or butter, like some type of like dairy ingredient. But Goya discs are 100% vegan. Forever, I will always have oatmeal. Obviously, you use it to make oatmeal, overnight oats. You can put it in your smoothies if you need like the extra calories, if you're trying to gain weight. Now, just depending on your financial situation, I know it's not possible for everybody, but if you can, try to stick to organic oats because oatmeal is like one of the most heavily sprayed grains. They just spray it so much like pesticides on it. It's like, can be very toxic. The one that I have isn't organic because my store did not have organic rolled oats. I like to buy rolled oats because I like to make overnight oats. If I make oatmeal, it's just like quicker to make. They didn't have organic rolled oats, so I just buy like the regular one. But if you can, try to stick to like organic oats as much as possible because yeah, they don't care about us, y'all. They really don't care about us. A little tip to make sure you're getting like a good amount of nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist, so don't come for me, but this is kind of just like a known thing out there, whether you're vegan or you're not vegan. To include like any type of like seeds into your diet. I love to have chia seeds, hemp seeds, and flax seeds on hand. I use up all my flax seeds. Flax seeds is a really good source of fiber. Hemp seeds, really good source of protein. And chia seeds is also a really good source of fiber, but also omegas. They're known for their omegas. I like to throw those in my smoothies, my oatmeal, Hemp seeds, I like to put it on top of my salad, smoothie bowls, acai bowls, like stuff like that. And it's just gonna boost the nutritional value of your food. It has no flavor, you won't taste it. Putting that in everything just like boosts your foods. Next is quinoa. So I know a lot of people don't like quinoa, a lot of people love it. It's kind of like hit or miss, but I personally like love quinoa. I like to put it in my salads because it just adds extra protein, fiber, like all that extra stuff. It just really boosts my salad. So I love putting quinoa in my salad. There is like a learning curve when it comes to learning how to cook quinoa. You have to make sure you rinse it really well first. And then I personally like to season it while it's cooking in the water. I'll put sazon, salt, garlic powder, onion. Like I will put all my usual seasonings and to give it a flavor, and it tastes so good in a salad. And honestly, I really only ever put it in my salads. I don't really eat it as like rice. A lot of people swap out rice for quinoa. For me, I'm gonna stick to my rice, but I do love putting quinoa in my salads. So I definitely recommend giving quinoa a shot. Just look up how to cook it and season it, and you might be surprised. It's actually pretty good. Another good thing to boost your like nutrition is using nutritional yeast. This is like a vegan staple. It's really popular. A lot of people love to use it to give things like a cheesy flavor. I'm not gonna lie, it really does like have like a cheesy smell and flavor to it. But it's also a really good source of B12, which is one of the main vitamins that vegans have to be aware of. If you want pasta sauce to be a little bit cheesier, you can put it in your pasta sauce. I've heard of people putting it over their popcorn to give it like a cheesy flavor. Honestly, you can just put this in a lot of things and you either won't even taste it or it'll just give it like a nice cheesy flavor. Now, this is something that I feel like if not everybody, almost everybody has, especially if you're Latino, is beans. I always have beans on hand. They're such a good source of protein and whatever else they're a good source of, but I've just grown up eating beans, so I love beans. I usually have red and black beans. Lentils are really good. I don't cook with them often, but if I want like a curry or just like if I want to switch it up, I will add lentils. But honestly, just any type of bean that you like, garbanzo bean, white bean, pinto, all the beans. I put in tacos, crunch wraps, make a bunch of veggies with it. You can even make black bean burgers. It's just good for you. So always have beans on hand. Another must-have for me is bread. I am such a bread girl. I love bread. You do have to be careful. There are a lot of brands that use egg, milk, honey, like things like that, I want to say. I think I've even seen fish oil. Don't know why. Again, do not know why, but I've seen it. So definitely look at the ingredients. Another super important thing is having like any type of like nut if you're not allergic to nuts. This is like such a good like healthy fats, things like that. I love to have slivered almonds. I put this in like my oatmeal just to add that like crunch. I can just snack on these. And I love having peanut butter. I like to put like a tablespoon in my smoothies or like my smoothie bowls, acai bowls on top of my oatmeal. But yeah, it's definitely a must. Now another must have for me is flour. You can't see it. Let me see if it's full. Can't really see it obviously because it's white. But I need flour on hand, and mostly because whenever I want pancakes, I've started making it from scratch because a lot of like pre-made pancake mixes, a lot of them have butter and milk in them, and it's more of a pain for me to try to find vegan pancake mix than for me to make it from scratch, and it's super easy and I don't gotta worry about all that extra stuff that they put in the mixes and trying to figure out which one's vegan and which one's not vegan. It's just easier this way. All right, now this is just a personal thing, but I always have popcorn on hand. When I tell you I am a popcorn fanatic, like me and popcorn my whole life, like ever since I was a kid, I've always loved popcorn. I don't mind the popcorn that comes in a bag. Like I know Skinny Pop has like the purple bag and it's actually pretty good. But when it comes to like that flavor, that buttery popcorn flavor, for me, it needs to be microwave popcorn. I'm not big on microwaves and stuff like that, but when it comes to popcorn, I make the exception. Skinny Pop, Can't even tell the difference. Now, last thing as a vegan that I always have in my kitchen, or in my life really, is my supplements. Now, I'm not a doctor. These are the supplements I take. Consult with your doctor to figure out what vitamins that you need to take on the regular, but this is just my personal lineup, what I use. I use liquid vitamin D, liquid B12. If you're vegan, if you're anyone in general, because a lot of non-vegans suffer from low vitamin B12, especially if you're vegan, you definitely need B12. I prefer supplements in like liquid form because your body absorbs it. It like goes directly into your bloodstream and your body absorbs it better. So vitamin D, because I've suffered from severe low vitamin D levels. That has nothing to do with me being vegan and just everything to do with living in a cold winter state. But I always have vitamin D, vitamin B12, and for about 2 months now, I made the switch to Ritual's multivitamin. They're vegan. It like clearly says it on the bottle. They're super like clean, traceable ingredients. They tell you where they get the vitamins from, so I love that. Because a few months ago when I started taking multivitamins, I never really used to take multivitamins, but I just didn't want to pop a bunch of different like vitamins, so I'm like, might as well just get a multivitamin. I bought one that I didn't realize it was vegetarian, but it wasn't vegan because it had milk in it. So I was like, oops. So my best friend put me on to Ritual. I've been using this for about 2 months now. I love it. I'm very picky with vitamins because like it can break you out depending like the ingredients that they use. But I've never broken out. I do have to get a blood test soon just to make sure everything's good, see if I need to update anything or stop anything. But so far, like, I feel good. So I will leave a link in the bio because I do have a code if you do want to try it out for yourself. So those are my vegan essentials that I almost always have in my kitchen, something that I'm always replenishing constantly. If you are starting out in your journey and it feels overwhelming, I really recommend just starting off small and do small switches first. Start with dairy products. If you're trying to transition away from dairy, start with, you know, quick and easy dairy products like the milk, butter, mayo, yogurt, cheese, stuff like that, and slowly start replacing things. But these are, I feel like, are a lot of things that you probably already have in your house or that you can make the quick switch to and it won't be too like scary for you. So I hope this video helped you out on your journey. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye guys.